we're going to try a brand new format to how we're going to show our videos. And I'm just trying this time. If it doesn't work, we'll do it differently. But here's lesson 5.5. I think this is pretty music anyway, so I like it. I like it already. Words to know, you should already know division and remainder.
What are the steps for dividing by two-digit numbers? Think about this question during the lesson.
All right, well, you are thinking of this. You should pause the video. I want you to write down all the steps, and then we're going to play the video and we're going to go through it. All right, let's see if you were right. So the first step that we always talked about was by writing down division, multiplication, subtraction, and addition. Remember, we're going to use all of these while we're dividing. And we're going to see what that looks like in just a second. Once you have that, what do you do? So let's go ahead and see what they say.
A theater sold 428 tickets for a show. A section in this theater has 64 seats. How many sections must there be to seat all the ticket holders?
Okay, so what are we going to do to solve this? Well, let's first take the total number. The total number is 428. So is that going to go inside the house or outside? Right, it's going to go inside. That's where our total goes. And we call that our dividend. So our dividend is going to be 428. And we want to know how many sections of 64 can fit out of 428. So we're going to have a 64 right there. Now, obviously 64 goes into 4 0 times, and it goes into 42 0 times. So our normal steps, we really can't do it, right? So this is a strategy that I really think that you should be using. We take the leading digits, 42 and 6, and that's where we start to try to see if that's going to fit in there. So I'm going to start by doing multiplication over at the side of my paper. I'll do 64 times 7. And I came up with that because 6 goes into 42 7 times. So 7 times 4 is 28. Oops, 28. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 is 44. Uh-oh, that number's too big. So I know it's going to have to be smaller than that. So let's try 64 times 6. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 2 is 38. Okay, that works. So let's go ahead with our answer of 6. We'll put it here. Remember, that was our division. And after division comes multiplication. So now we take our quotient and multiply it by our divisor. 6 times 64. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 6 is 36. Plus 2 is 38. If we didn't want to do that again, remember, we just did it over here. And then after we do multiplication, we subtract. 8 minus 4 is 4. I can't do 2 minus 8, so I'm going to regroup. This becomes a 3, and this becomes 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. And then 3 minus 3 is 0. So is there anything else here? Nope, there's no more numbers to bring down. So this number right here is going to become my remainder. So my answer is 6, remainder 44.
What operation should you choose to answer this question?
I think it's pretty obvious right there. We already did it. We came up with using division.
Divide to answer the question. How would you set up this problem?
And again, we already did that. So we're going to take a break from doing this, and we're going to look at now some guided practice questions. Okay, so there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. How many pounds are in 112 ounces? So we take our total once again, which is 112, and we put that inside the house. And then we look at the other number, and that's the size of the group that everything is going to be, and it's 16 ounces. So that's our divisor. 16 can't go into 1. It can't go into 11, so it's going to have to go into that. So now we're going to do that kind of estimating to find out about how much is it going to be. Well, I know that 16 is pretty close to 20, and 20 would only go into 112 5 times. So I'm going to say, I'm going to guess 16 times 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. You know what? I bet I can go even bigger than that. So I'll try 16 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 96. Could I fit another 16 into there? Let's try. Let's do 16 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 4 is 11. Oh, and I got what I needed. So 16 goes in 7 times. And then just to check my work, I'm going to do 7 times 16. And I've already done that. It's 112. Subtract it, I get 0. And so my answer is going to be D. Let's look at this next one. I want you to pause the video and see if you can solve this on your own. All right, let's see if you were right. There were 140 students entering the 5th grade. Each classroom can be assigned 28 students. How many classrooms will be needed? So our 140 is going to go inside the house because that's our total. 28 will go on the outside. Once again, 28 can't go into 0. 28 can't go into 4. So I'm going to say 28 is about 30. And I'll count 30, 60, 90, 120. I can't go all the way up, so I'm going to say 4. I'm going to guess 28 times 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Oops. 32. 4 times 2 is 8. 9, 10, 11. So 28 times 4 is 112. Can I get another 28 in there? Let's try it. 28 times 5. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. Oh, looks like that was right. So it looks like 5 is going to be my answer. So let's continue with it. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. It came out with no remainder. And is that one of my answer choices? Sure is. It's right there. So D is my answer. I hope you were able to follow along with us and to do some of those practice problems. I'm going to put one more practice problem up there and then pause the video. And I want you to work on that overnight, and we'll check in class on Monday. Please make sure you do the quick check. We've been having a lot of problems with that. It is there. It only takes 5 minutes. Please make sure you're doing it. If you have any questions, please email me or join my small group on Monday. I'll see you tomorrow.